Okay, we're gonna do some probability problems to help students on this topic. So let's do a few examples, and through the examples you will understand. So here we have, what is the probability of throwing a dice and getting an odd number? So in the dice, standard dice, it has number 1 through 6, and the odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5, just 3. And the standard dice has 6 faces. So probability of getting an odd number, it will be equal 3 out of 6. And 3 out of 6 you have to simplify, and that will be equal 1/2. So that's the probability of getting an odd number. So let's do another one. So number 3 says, find the probability of getting a 7 when you roll a dice. Okay, let's assume that it's a standard dice, and standard dice is number 1 through 6. So probability of getting a 7 in standard dice is 0 out of 6. So that will be equal 0. So probability of getting a 7 in standard dice is 0. Okay, next one says, find the probability of getting a 1 or a number greater than 5 when we roll a dice. So getting a 1, or, that word or is very important when we're talking about two events, because the word or indicates that we have to add both probabilities. So probability of getting a 1 when we roll a dice, so probability of a 1, that's equal 1 out of 6. But then a number greater than 5, if it says greater than or equal, we have to include the 5, but because it says just greater, it's just the 6. So probability of the 6, so that will be 1 out of 6. Now the probability that they are asking is probability of getting a 1 or a number greater than 5. So when we have the word or, we add. So probability of a 1 or in this case a 6, a number greater than 1. So that will be 1 6 plus 1 6. That will be 2 over 6, which is 1/3. So 1/3 is the answer because it's 2 over 6. Okay, so let's do the next one. Find the probability of selecting a black marker if you have 8 black, 2 red, and 5 blues. So in this case, I have in total 15 markers. Okay, total 15. So I have 8 black, 2 red, and 5 blue. So what is probability of selecting a black? So probability of a black, so it will be 8 blacks. So there are 8 over the total. The total is 15. And that's it. I cannot simplify, so that will be the answer. So this is another example. We have 64 squares, 8 times 8. So what's the probability of putting a piece in a green square? It will be 1 over 2 because it's 32 over 64. So now let's take a look at the last one, number 6. It says, which of the following probability is equal to 0? Passing a math
in a quarter mile, turn right.
I mean, you can pass it without studying, so that's not exactly like 100% 0, so it's not that one. Probability of raining tomorrow, assuming that no raining season, that's also, it's not exactly 0 because there can come a hurricane or whatever and it can rain. Cook a great meal without knowing how to cook, that's impossible, because I mean, that's not impossible because you can be never been cooked, but you can put some oil.
Head east on Old Groves Road, then turn left.
Taste great.
Turn left, so then turn left.
Selecting a 9 from standard dice, so that's 0% because so the answer will be D. Because in standard dice it's only 1
Head north.
6, so there is no 9, so you never get a 9, so that's a 0. Okay. Also another way around you can ask, so what's the probabilities equals to 100%. So what is 100% probability?
Your destination is on the right.
There are many things. It have to be certain that there is no question about it. Have to be 100% certain. For example, if today is Monday, that tomorrow will be Tuesday. That's 100%. For example, that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. That's 100% because there are a lot of prophecies, and when we find compound probability with all the prophecies, there is no way, it's impossible that Jesus is not the Messiah. So he is the Savior of the world.